Whoa! Welcome back to Geekshow Helpdesk.
Hey there.
That's
I
what we
had a
are.
little
Right in the middle, right in the perfect moment. I mean,
I didn't anticipate it. I didn't see it. I didn't know it was going to happen. And then it happened. I went, oh, no.
You looked
all-
so afraid afterwards.
It's already drunk.
No, it's from my Slurpee.
Oh, okay.
Let me just tell you something though. You guys all enjoy that drunk text we got, that drunk tweet, Slack message we got from
That
James.
was the best.
That might be
They
my
were good.
favorite thing that's happened so far this year.
They were good.
They were pretty good.
We love
All
you,
right, this
James.
is-
We miss you.
This is a Geek Show Help Desk where we talk about tech, gadgets, and science-related things. Let's kick it off by introducing our panelists. He eats and loves tacos. That could be any of us, really. But I'm talking specifically about Lando.
Where'd
Yeah,
you get your
I-
tacos from, Lando?
My wife made them, and I mean, I don't know what
just-
she did to the meat this time, but it may be the best taco meat I've had in a
Let me
long
just
while.
tell you something. Costco makes these pre-made street taco meals. Like they're it's all fresh stuff, but it's like all you have to do is heat up the meat and they sell
I've had
them.
those before.
They're so good.
They're decent.
Mm.
Anyway,
I'm in.
Lando,
You
continue.
know what I forgot to put on my taco? We bought some ranch sauce from Costco this last week. I totally forgot to put it on.
First of all, no. Ranch sauce doesn't go on a taco.
Well,
I
it's-
disagree.
It's,
Ranch
it's,
is
it's not
delicious
a
on a
ranch.
taco.
It's the
Everything is a
cilantro-
vehicle.
If it's like
Yes.
cilantro
ranch,
lime ranch.
It's like
yeah.
the cilantro lime sauce that you put
or
on
a
top. You know what I'm talking
spicy
about?
ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the ranch I was thinking of because Costco has really good ranch sauce. Greg's.
That street taco meal
The big
comes
tub.
with the salsa, which is really good.
Oh
and
yeah,
the
that's
cilantro
got
lime
some
ranch.
good cilantro.
Also from
ranch.
salsa, there's a brand called Salsa Queen. They have like a jalapeno
I
cheese
love
dip.
salsa queen.
So
She
freaking
was
good.
at my
next time.
store.
What?
That lady was there at
You saw
my
the
store.
salsa queen?
The salsa queen, and she was yelling loud, and I just kind of like walked away, and then
She
went and
scared
bought
you
some
off?
stuff from off the aisle. I didn't want. I
I'm
bought
gonna
the
get some of
queso
that
dip.
next time.
I got the
All
queso
right, everyone.
dip
Welcome
stuff.
to the Geek Show Food Show, where we talk about
Oh.
food and all things Costco.
Specifically
Anyway, Lando.
Costco. Hey, I've already threatened a Costco podcast because I could easily do a Costco
there's enough
podcast.
Oh, for sure.
We should.
I love Costco. All right.
That's me,
I guess
Orlando.
We got to finish introducing the panelists. It's Jaron.
Hey, I'm Jaron. You can find me on Blue Sky at Jaron.
What's this
Jaron.best.
Y Brando Y on your?
Oh, man. Stormlight 5. I just got through a excruciating part. Excruciating in a good way. But boy. Woo! Things aren't going well for the coalition, guys.
All right.
Things are going downhill.
Do you like it so far?
I love it so far.
That tracks.
All right. He somewhat disagrees. It's Owen.
I don't disagree. at all. I'm just a pony in my own rodeo. Guess the Nickelback song that comes from. Too Slow, Midnight Queen. That's me. I've never heard that song before. I just Googled Nickelback, famous Nickelback lyrics.
And that's the one you came up with? I could think of 900 off the top of my head.
I just like that pony because of the Pink Pony Club song that's been in my head.
Pink Pony Club.
Anyway, Tony, you put me in the wrong corner. I can't do it now.
It's hard to point upwards.
There,
It's diagonal now.
there is our host, Tony.
Yep.
Yeah, I did it.
Check me out on the Twitters at Quad T. Not Twitter. Sorry. Blue Sky at Quad T.
better.
Or on other Geek Show podcasts. Book update. I'm about halfway through Path of Daggers from Wheel of Time. Book
I'm
you like it?
sorry.
It's about
Hi,
to get
everyone.
good.
Welcome
actually-
to Geek Show Book Show, where we
What,
talk about
actually
books.
not-
what book is that? 9?
8.
8.
It's not as bad so far as I thought it'd
No,
be.
yeah.
So
If you're
pleasantly surprised.
preconditioned, if you know to expect nothing,
I can-
Tony's got a Tony's got a
Jaren's
good
prepared
method.
me
He does
well.
Tony's got a good method. He does a palate cleanser.
I did
between-
it this time.
You didn't.
I went
you
straight
from
7 to 8.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, now what we're here to actually talk about: tech, gadgets, and science-related things.
Not
but-
food or books.
No, that's just side quest stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Still
I'm in.
important.
Still important. You got to do the side quests. Do we have any emails though? Speaking of side quests.
no, we got $1 billion for arcade though.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, I almost pushed the button, but I didn't. So we're good. Let's talk about. Let's kick it off with some cool good news this week.
Love that.
Yeah, can you believe it? And both of these stories come out of decisions made by Utah politicians. which is
What?
also weird.
I don't believe this at all, Tony. Tell me more.
Here we go. Utah is looking to go nuclear. More nuclear with power
I
plant stuff.
Hope so.
Like the
Yep.
minis, like the mini reactors.
So they didn't
because
specify
I love those.
which kind of reactors it would be, but we've signed an
Just-
agreement with Idaho National Laboratory to advance nuclear energy research here in Utah.
Yeah.
And it's part of Operation Gigawatt, which aims to double Utah's energy output.
Hold on.
This
Just
is
hold
perfect.
on
How
one second.
How perfect is this? We've already got a decimated desert where they did the testing. Then
just
we
keep
dug down into
radiating
the salt flats, and we house nuclear waste forever under there. This is perfect. We just build the nuclear power plants right on top, and let's drop it down like a garbage chute.
Easy peasy.
I'm
So
liking
why does
this.
everything need to be Operation this or Operation that or Operation
It
Warp Speed,
sounds
Operation
cooler.
Nuclear Power,
Marketing,
Operation
dude.
Tony's Awesome,
Because
whatever.
you gotta get nerds on board. You gotta get.
Yep.
So have you ever noticed how when politicians make a bill, it's got to have some cool name that also is
Acronym?
like an acronym? Like
hate
that
that.
always carries votes more because those go viral, and they it gets the
it's
young
the
kids
Save
engaged.
Act,
It's-
saving opportunity
It's a
a-holes,
save act.
some nonsense that you don't
Isn't
care.
that-
You don't,
you
that's
don't
gonna
care.
Screw you.
You don't
Act.
care. You're gonna vote because it says save, man. You're good.
Yeah, I think it's stupid.
There you go.
I love it.
Anyway,
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I love it.
you love
I'm a
you love
lover,
it.
not a hater.
You love nuclear power? Me too.
Yep.
That
When
I
are they
do
gonna
like.
go
I
into
do like
effect?
that.
Do they have plans for this in the
Yeah,
timeline?
20
so-
years, probably.
I mean, yeah, we're just in the
Wet ink phase.
the planning phases right now, but it is on the horizon. Just the horizon's kind of far away. But the fact that we're pushing towards this at all, I think, is great. And I think that the more nuclear power plants we get across the nation, the better. Like it will lessen the stigma behind around those. And nuclear power is very safe as long as people
Yeah, Chernobyl. We
you know,
learned
do
we
their
learned
jobs,
lessons.
do their jobs,
We
and the reactors now are built in ways that are very, very, nuclear
We've
meltdown
learned-
averse.
Yeah, we've
So-
learned some lessons from Chernobyl and from the
and 3 Mile
Fukushima,
Island and
and
Fukushima
technology.
and-
yep.
Years.
So
This-
we're getting really fast at getting away, right? Like we can evacuate quickly. So
This
I
is
think
good
it's
stuff.
fine.
Good stuff. And that leads right into a different kind of power source that's being researched and built in Delta, Utah. It's a first of its kind plant that runs off of hydrogen powered electricity. So why that's cool is when it's
Where do they-
running 100% off hydrogen, there's no environmental
just
impact
water.
emissions.
Where do
Yeah.
they get the hydrogen from?
So
Separating with electrolyte power, right?
Yep.
Water.
Yep. But
and-
that's a
But
few
we don't
years
have
down the
water
road.
in Utah.
That's a few years down the
That's a
road.
bad idea.
At this point, the it's slated to begin operation later this year with a 30% hydrogen blend, and by 2045, so 20 years away,
so
that
it's half
it will
like
be
part.
they're gonna increase the blend as the years go on, and by 2045 it should be 100%.
So is it
carbon-free
doing
hydrogen.
So is it doing natural gas or coal fired for the other 70%?
It doesn't say, but
Most of them switched to natural gas.
yeah, a lot of them do. The neat thing about this is there are salt caverns close to Delta, and there are adjacent projects right now creating massive underground hydrogen storage in those salt caverns, and another project that is an electrolysis facility to produce the clean hydrogen using renewable energy.
Oh, that's
So,
pretty cool.
pretty neat.
By
Delta,
2045.
I
they
still
say
want to know how
100%.
they're getting all this water in drought-stricken Utah.
you don't need
Delta.
like a ton
Is
of
Delta?
water.
Where is Delta? Is it closer
Delta's
to
out
the,
west. It's
It's like in
west
the,
of us and also south of us. It's southwest
Yeah,
of us.
so it's
kinda
down
right-
by the.
right in the middle west of Utah. So
Gets
But
what's
yeah.
left of the Colorado. I don't really
looking
know.
pretty
the
good.
geography.
Looking pretty good.
the Colorado goes nowhere close. Delta.
I'd
Oh,
vote
try.
against it.
I'm
Screw hydrogen.
Some sort of water
Why would
table.
you? Hydrogen is great. Are you
No.
serious?
Yeah.
I said,
Jared,
I
you're
said,
just-
screw it.
I think you're just being contrarian
Jared's
tonight. and
spoken
I don't
up.
Plus
appreciate
being
it.
a naysayer.
I
Where
like
are they
the
getting
story-
the hydrogen from? I need these questions answered.
I love.
You can't answer. See, none of you.
You could.
I love that they
you
store it
could read the
underground, though,
article
very-
and look into the sources. You could do
Why,
your
why
own
not?
research.
Why not geothermal or more nuclear or
They're looking at those
cool.
too.
solar?
Jaron, there's no silver bullet.
or
We're
wind.
looking at. We already know they're doing geothermal in Utah as well. These are all things that are being looked into.
No, Tony. No.
You are so ridiculous.
I like that they're storing all the hydrogen underneath the ground, though, like in a
Locally,
big
yeah, in the
explosive
caverns.
chamber. That would
What
be
about the
pretty cool during
bats?
the apocalypse. Salt, dude. No bats down
You
there.
have
Don't
no
eat bats.
idea
Turn-
if there's bats down
Don't
there.
eat
You're
bats.
They just turn
saying
into
words.
jerky down there, dude. Nothing can live down
Ugh.
there.
Think of
It's
the
a salt.
Barely
bats.
back-
It's a salt cavern. They're not going to live in a salt cavern.
Can
They
anything
live in
survive
any
down there?
cavern.
No, dude.
Bats don't
turn
like
it-
salt.
Nothing like salt. It dries them out.
That's
It's-
true.
What?
It
Owen
turns
is
them into jerky.
100% correct.
Yeah.
We don't get to say that very often.
Nope.
All
I'm
right.
gonna record that.
Do
That's going to my
bats
journal
live in
and my
salt
diary and my blog.
Caverns. Yes, they can live in salt caves. There you go. Just
Okay,
prove
so
it
what
with
are you
the
worried about
internet.
then?
Well, I mean,
It's
let's talk
fine.
about the difference.
They're going to
between
kill
caves and
them all. The
caverns.
bats kills the
Like-
bats.
They are
Let's-
going to kill them all, the bats. Yep.
There's difference between caves and caverns, I think. So caverns are deeper underground.
Also depends
so.
probably on how much salt is actually in the cavern. If it's pure salt, I guarantee there's no bats living in there. They would.
If
shrivel
it's
up.
Redmond salt, I'll be upset too because I love Redmond salt
I don't know where that comes from. What part of
from
Utah?
Redmond, Utah.
Oh, then what are you worried about? That's not Delta salt.
What if it's close?
You have no
my gosh,
idea.
what is he
Look at a
No.
map.
Jared's just contrarian.
He
He's
is.
just being a contrarian.
He's spicy today.
He's spicy.
with
Did
everything
you have an energy drink late early? Oh no, energy drinks put you to sleep. I forgot. They make you tired.
Sometimes.
All right,
that's great.
Jaron, tell us about this lame truck.
A new truck was announced. Supposedly Jeff Bezos has invested in it, so that kind of sours it for me.
As it should.
Yes,
But compared to
it's a new company. It's called Slate,
Slate.
and
I saw
they are
Auto.
going for a super cheap,
minimalist,
small,
Yeah.
minimalist truck. And this is
Like,
funny
think of
because
the old Datsuns.
I was talking with my friend like a week before this. I'm like, where do the small trucks go? I wish people still sold small trucks. And then
Yeah.
this was announced. It was like, perfect. Anyway, so their goal is to have it cost under $20,000 to start.
With
However,
the federal tax.
yes,
credit.
that is with the
Yeah.
federal tax credit, and I guarantee that's not going to be
Yeah.
still kicking when this comes out
Yeah.
in 2027. But one can dream. Additionally, the cheaper model comes with a much smaller battery pack. Well, not
yeah.
much smaller. It's smaller. So like 150 miles charge versus
50%.
like 240, I believe it was on the higher model.
Yeah.
150 is not good for an
kilowatts
EV.
versus 84 kilowatt battery.
Yeah. 150 miles is not good for an EV, especially if it's a straight lithium battery pack because you need to keep it around 80%. So you get 80% of 150 rather than the full 150, and then you can't go below 20% or else you'll ruin your
Start the
battery over
battery.
time. So
Yeah.
your effective range is
Probably about 100 miles.
90 miles.
90.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But again, if it's an LFP battery pack, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Anyway, this is conjecture. Going back to the truck, if you buy the blank slate, as they call it, you don't get an infotainment center. You don't get speakers. You get a manual crank for the windows.
See, this
You
is
don't
my
get
this is my
speakers?
problem with this truck.
You don't get
is
speakers
by the
with a
time-
blank slate.
By the time you actually kit it out and make it a comfortable truck,
Yeah,
it's not
right.
going to be anywhere near 20,000.
No. It's gonna be the
And
same
it
price
comes
as
in
any
every
truck.
color you want, as long as that color is gray.
Yeah.
But the panels are made of plastic, which is interesting. I think Saturn tried to do this back in the day.
Yeah. Saturn had plastic body panels.
Yeah, so hopefully it's better than that because it would just crack.
Oh,
it-
yeah. You can get
rather
a
than
flat
dent.
pack. You can get the
I don't
flat
know.
pack kit.
I don't know if it's still that way, but Corvettes, I want to say, used to use fiberglass.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Body panels.
They did all their stuff in fiberglass bodies. That's
Yeah.
what, so they could get those curves and
And light, make it light.
make it light.
But anyway, it's a cool design. I like it. It's a small 2-seater truck, so it is definitely not for everyone out there.
Yeah.
However, I do think there's a niche for this. Well, I think there probably isn't because whatever I like, everyone else doesn't seem to like. So.
I think there is a niche for this, but I think it's a very small niche. like
I
very
would like
small.
this truck.
I wish if they were going to do this, make it bigger because I do like how it looks. I think it looks cool.
There are so many big trucks. You
No,
don't
it
need
doesn't
another
need to
big
be
truck.
big, but it needs to be like Colorado size.
Yeah.
No,
Or
I'm
that's
in
the
on this
Rivian.
truck.
That's that. Then buy the Rivian.
That's too expensive. That's $100,000.
Yeah, this,
Well, once
this
you
truck,
kit this up, they got to
this
keep the
truck
price
was
down.
15,000. I'd buy this truck. In a
Oh
heartbeat.
yeah, hands down. Like it'd be a perfect, just
Would you?
small workhorse truck as a second car. You know.
Well, I could commute with
mean-
this thing to work and back every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because that's the thing is, like, I think the market is prime for like a $15,000 EV car of any kind. I don't need a truck
Yeah.
for me. I need an EV around 15 grand.
That's
The fact that I
why-
know there's one in China for less than 10 upsets me.
Wise words,
Totally.
Lando. The market is primed for cheap cars. Yes, it is.
That's a
Yeah, I'm saying stupid things, aren't I?
that's a home run right there.
It was just funny to hear. Like,
Hey, no,
I'm making
no.
a good point.
just saying,
If cheap things
It's
are
a
cheaper-
commentary
Just
on
saying
how
there's a-
underwater the car market is and how much worse
Yeah.
it's going to be with the tariffs.
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
true.
I think it was very intelligent, Lando.
Oh,
Is
nice.
Thank you, Jared.
Yeah.
Is Slate
See,
Are they an American company? Are they going to
They are.
buy that?
yeah,
too?
yeah, they're brand new
Okay.
though. They're brand
Brand
this is
new.
their
They're setting
first
up a
product.
factory in America. So the blank slate is the cheapest one. Doesn't come with anything, but it's very extensible, and that's what they're going for. You can mod it to be an SUV by
That's cool.
putting a back on with
The
more
flat, yeah,
seats
that's
in the
that
back.
flat kit.
That's
Yeah.
very
An
cool.
SUV
Um,
for children.
Yeah,
That's all I need.
I still
Okay.
do they
I'm just
have
saying,
do
like,
they have dimensions? Did they give
I
full
saw
length on this?
I saw a video of a guy playing with one, and he sat in the back, and he was chewing on his knees, basically trying to sit in the back seat that was.
Okay,
kitted
so
out
this
an
is
SUV.
this is like a garden truck, like one of those old like
This
mini
to-
trucks.
It feels
Yeah,
like
it's
it,
awesome. I
it
love
feels
it.
like
I'm in.
a golf cart on steroids.
Yeah, right.
Yes. I love
like
it.
They like
Yes.
Japan has had these mini trucks forever.
Yes,
right.
like those.
The little
yeah.
cab over. They're the cab
It's
over mini
bigger
trucks. where-
than that. It's
Slightly.
bigger than that.
Do they say how long it is? What's the dimensions? I
Uh,
need to look that up because none of these let you see. Well, I guess there's a lady there.
Well, there's
It
a lady
looks-
standing next to it. It's small.
Okay.
It's very small. Well, and see
Okay,
for
so
me,
she's 5
that's
foot. So maybe it's.
it's already a non-starter. I just won't fit into this.
Oh yeah,
The
you
guy,
would look
the
like
guy
the guy
that
from The
was the
Simpsons.
video that I
Remember that guy in-
watched. The guy he sat in it. He was. I think he said he was 6 foot or 6'1", and
Yeah.
he was cramped. He was not looking like it was roomy in the driver's seat. I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm out. That's it for me.
So anyway, there's a bunch of upgrades you can get to get your infotainment or automatic windows, blah blah blah. But it's an interesting concept. I wonder if it will take off or not.
Yeah. Huh?
Honestly, my guess is probably not, but I hope it will. But it's
don't know.
a handsome truck. It's small and it's cheap, so I'm all for it. It looks awesome.
I'm on their website right now, and
We'll
they
see.
have like a 25 truck slideshow, if you will, of all the different things like you could use this thing for. Like, there's some interesting ideas here. Lots of business trucks ideas, things like that. I think are pretty interesting.
So it's a 14 from tip to tail. It's 14 and a half feet. So, I don't know.
It would actually
Ford-
fit in my
the Ford
garage, which is
Maverick.
why I like it.
The Maverick is 199 inches. What's that anyway in comparison?
I don't know the math on that, but
I don't know.
14 times 12, then you can compare it to the
16
Maverick.
times 16 and a half.
what's funny about the page I'm looking at right now is there smashed in between this article is a big ad for the Hummer EV.
The complete opposite.
The exact opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're like,
on
hey.
the other end of the spectrum. That thing's a monster
Yep.
beast.
So are those pictures at the bottom of the article, or those other paint jobs? You can
So
do?
they claim that it's very easy to wrap
Yeah.
with
yeah.
the design, and so that's how they're kind of positioning it. Like it's
And
just
to
another
modify it,
extension.
yeah.
It's another mod that you can do with the
Yeah.
truck.
They really mean it when they say a clean slate. You know, like
Yeah, this
it's-
is cool. I'm customizing one for me right now.
wonder the relationship to Bezos. Is it like a nephew, or a?
He probably just
You
threw
know?
some money at it because he thought it looked cool. When you
Yeah.
got that kind of money, you can, you know. A couple million here, a couple million there, whatever. 90-mile-per-hour top speed. That's interesting.
Clown cars. You see them every day. You ever seen one? You ever driven past one of those tiny clown cars on the freeway?
A clown
Little-
car?
The little tiny ones that look
Talking
like
about
a
like the Fiat 500 or a smart
maybe?
car?
Yeah, smart car. I think is
Yeah.
the one.
Those-
Smart.
Oh, that's much smaller than this truck. for
Yeah.
sure.
Like it's just this truck if you cut the bed off. Like,
Yeah, okay. All right. All right. I can see that. That dovetails into Jaren's other story here about solid state batteries. This is interesting.
We are inching closer to real solid state batteries in cars.
Is this the the Stellantis article?
Yeah. So we talked about this in the past, but Stellantis is saying that their solid state batteries can fast charge in just 18 minutes, and they're projecting like a over 600-mile range.
wow.
And so that's like once you're there, it's clearly better than gas, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree.
621 miles range. Well, actually, that's Toyota's roadmap. Is a car with 620 miles range, but because they're also going for solid state batteries. So I would project something similar with Stellantis as well.
I hope so.
Fast charging, much safer, a lot more range.
I almost
Great.
feel like
Longer life? Do they
Yeah,
they have
longer
the
life
same
as well.
they don't have the same charge problem or the same life?
It
cycle
still has a
times.
life, but it's definitely longer than just normal lithium ion.
is 600 charges life cycle is not that much longer than regular lithium ion, isn't theirs 500? Anyway.
So no, they're saying it maintains an energy density with over 600 charging cycles. So they're not saying that.
Oh, so they're saying no drop for the first 600. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
I kind of think that Stellantis should have held off on their Charger EV until this platform was ready for it, because that's the biggest problem with their Charger EV that they're launching this year. Is it has the fast one has a range of like 170 miles.
Oh, ouch.
It's bad.
That
It
is bad. Yeah, they're claiming that it'll be in a fleet in 2026, a demonstration fleet, so we probably won't see this until 2027.
Yeah.
And it'll be crazy expensive at first, so I don't know, 2030? 5 more years?
Maybe.
It's always 5 years away.
It's always 5 years away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't believe that at first, but it's always just continued to be 5 years away.
Yeah.
It's
it is.
shown
It's
to
true.
be the rule. All right. Time for some angry news.
Oh no.
Yep, time for some
No,
angry
no,
news.
no. Happy
Oh,
news only, Tony.
Actually, this is kind of funny and angry.
Okay, go ahead. I'll
Amazon almost showed off what you're paying for your tariffs wise for your goods.
Yeah, they
almost.
Presumably, it was just one source that I don't know.
Yeah, so Amazon has decided they don't want to take the fall for this, even though Jeff Bezos and Facebook guy, who's that guy, and Elon Musk were all behind Trump on the
Zuckerberg?
stage. Zuckerberg. Even though he was, I don't know, he might have fallen out of favor with the Chester Cheeto in chief.
Well, they've always kind of had a beef with
Chester
each other.
Yeah.
though
But
Bezos was
Now
at the-
he's trying to bend the knee.
Wasn't
Yeah.
I was going to say he was at the inauguration.
Yeah.
He showed
yeah, he
up.
was at the
He donated
inauguration.
money.
He was standing behind Trump at the. Anyway, they don't want to take the blame for all these tariffs, and so they are now listing. Oh, sorry, they are now listing, or at least one source said they are.
They're considering.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
price.
the update says.
Yeah,
Amazon
no
is
one's listing
considering
anything. Yeah.
showing
Yeah,
off.
exactly, and that's because of probably the what do they call that news? Anyway, where they ask questions, the press conference that happened later, but because that was just like
They went
Hilarious.
nuclear on
hilarious.
Amazon.
It did, yeah, and they went scorched earth. Anyway, so they're gonna list the tariff prices on the purchase, be like, hey, this is how much it
This is
normally
the regular
was.
cost. This
And
is what we have
just
to
to show
add
that
because
we're
of
not
tariff.
scalping prices here, this is what we have to add because we have to add tariffs, because Amazon is the importer of a lot of things. They become the importer of the destination. Anyway, there's a specific term, and they're the ones that have to basically handle the tariffs. And so that
And
gets
how
passed-
dare they be transparent
Yeah.
with what's happening? How
Oh
dare
yeah,
they?
no, that's
see,
bad.
this is
That's
a good
bad
thing.
press.
And that right there is the hilarity of anyone who believes that Trump will be able to make the tariffs be paid by the countries exporting the stuff. All you have to do is look at this right here.
It's not how they
if
work.
Trump actually believed that his tariffs were doing what he said they would, he wouldn't care if they were showing the difference in price.
Right.
But because they're showing it, he is losing his mind.
Yeah.
Because it's pulling the curtain back. Like, see, this is what's really happening.
It's the receipts, right? Like it, and so at the press conference, their spokeswoman, I can't remember her name, basically said this is a
Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
What'd she call it? Did she say
Man,
it's
I
an
hate
act
her.
of terror or something? Or
Say
like
the dumbest things.
yeah, it was something like she's like this is a blatant and vicious attack on us, and anyways, it's all over them.
What you're doing is an
Yeah.
attack on you.
And because
How?
one of the
How?
reporters just asked the question. He's like, how does he feel? And she's like, well, we've just heard about. I just heard from Trump, and this is what he said, and she basically just went off calling it an act of, like betrayal, democracy, and the country, and like all. I mean, they went full nuclear on Amazon, and now the tariff transparency is alleged or maybe or it might happen.
It's a consideration.
It's
now.
a consideration.
They're deciding still. This
No,
is
Amazon
one of
denied it. They denied that they were even talking about it.
the- Oh, okay.
Oh, they did.
So
They
there's
went
been
back
an
on it
update
completely.
after this update. Then
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this was earlier in the day that I found this article.
one of my favorite parts about this little blurb is Caroline Levitt also says, "Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked
I know.
inflation to its highest level in 40 years?"
They immediately just deflect, right? They
Deflect.
deflect, and get them back to being like, oh, Obama, thanks Obama, right?
Trump
like I'm
did-
surprised. Like, why
Trump-
don't they go back and be like, oh, thanks Kennedy, like
Well, and the other thing is, do people actually think that the White House sets inflation levels?
There's
That's
only
not
one
how
they
that
do.
works.
No,
Yeah, because Biden did, Tony. That's exactly what Biden did.
the
My
Fed
favorite-
does
Joe
that, right?
Biden.
Didn't
My
the
favorite
Fed
thing
handle
this
that
week-
by lowering rates? Like,
My favorite thing this week too, not my favorite, but one of the funniest things I saw was Trump was on his way to the helicopter to go to the airport to go to the Pope's funeral, right? And so some of the press caught him on the way and was asking him questions, and he's like, "We're gonna go there and we're gonna pay our respects and we're gonna talk to some people as well about Ukraine and things like that. I'm gonna clean up stuff that Joe Biden should have cleaned up in office, blah
Yeah.
blah blah." And it's like,
it's
were his
always
mess.
just
how
deflect,
could you-
deflect,
what-
deflect.
Why? No one
This
even
is-
brought any of this stuff
Oh.
up. Why are you shoving this
Yeah.
in here?
This is your show now, dude.
Yeah,
Like, this is
we're
your
in full
first-
political time.
Oh, sorry.
Let's move on.
I'm just saying,
so funny.
to finalize this, this is his first 100 days, and so it's a very kind of sensitive moment right now. His first 100 days was this week, I think, right? Or
Yeah, this week.
whatever. And so this is what she
Freaking
officially
felt
said.
like
This is
5 years.
I know this is hostile and political act by Amazon. And then why didn't Amazon do this when Biden administration hiked inflation over to the highest levels in 40 years? And
We said this already.
yeah. Anyway, that was the quote. That was the full quote. She was like, "It's a hostile and political act," just like the most vicious. They just went scorched earth. So, anyway, and also to dovetail into this, Kickstarter has now built a tool that lets you do the same thing, a tariff calculator to let creators on there add to basically put that and make that transparent as well.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that when you go to see that and you're like, well, why is this is supposed to be Kickstarter? This is supposed to be beta stuff. This is supposed to be like,
Keep in
You know?
mind that this is for projects that were already funded.
yes, correct.
This isn't for new
Because
stuff
it's-
because you can't tell what the tariffs are going to be
No.
before you've built the
No.
product. Before you
So
have
this
the
is basically to
manufacturing
show, because there's going to be, I mean, like, what about Jaron if he got his hat, like
bike
and now
helmet?
now they got to import it
Guys,
from their
let's-
manufacturers.
Let's not bring that
No,
up.
we have an update on the bike helmet. I thought, did we not?
Yeah,
get an
yeah,
update?
we do.
I want to hear that update.
Uh,
Anyway, that's all.
People are still making comments on that
Oh, but it's vitriol, pure vitriol.
Indiegogo page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's total vitriol. Anyway, so I read I was Googling it and I read an article that someone wrote like a year ago or whatever. He's like, I requested a refund and they gave it to me. I'm like, what? You can request refunds from Indiegogo?
Oh yeah, for sure. They don't have to honor it, but you can request it.
So I went to Indiegogo and requested my refund. And they said no immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what a bummer.
That's what I'm saying.
Did somebody somebody got a refund on their helmet?
Someone did, apparently. It wasn't me.
Over a year ago.
Over a year ago, they were like, "Look, man, we already bought spent the last money on that cheeseburger. So
That guy, what he should have put on there as well is how many times he had to bother Indiegogo to get the refund.
yeah,
He probably
right.
had an automated, something like an automated email set up every day that would send
yeah,
a new
just
email.
pinging them.
Just hit him
Yeah.
every day.
They said at
Refund.
this point there are no remaining funds on this campaign in order to process refunds,
Yeah.
and they cannot contact
Yeah.
the owners at all. Gee,
Yeah.
wonder why.
They're
they're-
broke. They
The
ran.
money.
Yep, they're living it up in the freaking
Probably.
Caribbean, where it's sunny and nice all
Nah,
day.
dude, they're probably just in Detroit or something. Like
No, they're probably freaking homeless because they don't know what to
Yeah,
do with
that's
their
what I'm
freaking lives.
What
They're
did I
idiots.
say?
I hate
What
them.
did I say?
hate them. Oh.
like what
Tell
did I
us how
say?
you
I
really
said I
feel.
said Detroit. I
So
don't
we
know.
got Jaron really riled up with the political talk, and now it's just continuing.
Yeah, Jaron has no immunity. He's like
No,
he's like people
he
that
has
have no
none.
kids. How we, people without kids don't have as high of immunity because the kids they don't get hit by it as much, and that's how Jaron's. He's been avoiding politics.
Yep.
When he gets a dose, it sends him spiraling. We all microdose. Me and Tony and Lando. We all microdose politics and news.
I don't. I freaking mainline them into my
Is that our first
thing.
F word on the
And
show?
I did not say the F word. It sounded a lot like it, but I did not.
He said,
That's our
I-
first
I
F word,
freaking-
guys.
I freaking mainline it into my
You have a-
veins,
you
and it
got a
makes me
cat-
very upset.
"You got a catheter
gonna
just
say,
mainlining straight to the
Mine's
heart."
not a microdose either. It's a macro dose for sure.
Macrodose. That was the word I was looking for.
Not
Yeah.
effing mainlined.
It was a
You
muddle,
gotta go.
little bit.
Now you gave Tony work. He's got to go beep that
I'm
now.
not cutting that out. Nope.
3149. All right. Well, there you go. It's like PG-13. You get one.
You get one free.
You
Yeah.
get one for free. We just put a little check on the
Yeah.
the YouTube setting.
It's
there.
TVY7 now.
TVY7.
Yeah.
TVY7. Maybe that's our title for the episode. TVY7.
TVY7. I love it.
TVY7. Careful.
All right. What was the other? Oh yeah, I also have a political article here. Ready for this?
This
No.
guy.
Get Hegseth out of there. How do you say his name? Get Pete Hegseth out of there.
You guys-
So after the Signal debacle twice, it has also been found that he had an unsecured
He piped internet in.
line
Yep. Mm-hmm.
piped into his office.
And then hooked up his own little router,
Yep.
and was just so that he could, because
So
the
he could
government
use
network,
Signal.
because government network being a secure network, being the most
So he
trusted
could watch
and secure
porn,
network.
probably, right?
But her
Yeah.
emails.
There's a myriad of reasons why he would have done this.
He did that specifically. He said for Signal, or so he could use WhatsApp, like because it's restricted on.
Yeah.
Or was it
You
Signal?
know why? Because it's not government. It's not allowed
Because-
by the rules.
Because you
that
can't
signed
trust
when
everybody
you
not
got
to add their
job.
family into the group chat. Like that, the second one, his second, is it Signal? Is that the app?
Signal, yeah. is the one he's
The
using.
second Signal chat was with
Just
family
family
members,
and friends. That's it.
but it still was
Family,
talking
friends,
about.
work plans chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All right. So what he
Ugh.
did is known as a dirty internet line by IT
Yeah.
industry, by the IT industry. So it just
Who
basically
let him do this? Who did this for him?
That's a very good question. Who would
They should
just
have detected it with a rogue AP. Like they should be having rogue AP and
Well,
stuff.
does it say that he hooked up an AP
No.
to it?
I assume he had to because
No,
otherwise,
you just use a if it's got a little gateway, you plug it right into your computer.
Hold on,
yeah,
hold on.
but it
hold
still
on,
has to
hold
go
on.
out through the firewall, I guess.
Hold
No.
on. I work in IT. I work in
Oh,
IT
it's
and I have
like
questions.
it's
I
like
have
one of those
questions.
mobile APs, like a.
What office are we talking about? Are we talking about home internet or home office? Or are we talking about work office?
It has been
Oh,
a
see,
minute.
so he did like a
since
a
I've
little
read this.
cell, like a little SIM card internet.
That's a different thing. If that's what he
Right.
did, my questions are answered. I don't think that's what he did.
Oh. Yeah, if he did that and plugged his work computer into it, though, that took
That's
his work
bad.
computer outside of the firewall.
outside the protected
Because here's the
Yeah.
questions I have,
network
right?
connection.
I'm thinking about my enterprise, right, and what it would take to get a dirty internet line into someone's office. Like that would require, IT to go in, lock
I don't think
IDF
he's
closets
got
to
exactly
patch the internet.
like who
like,
knew who
I have one
this-
rack in my data center that has straight access to the internet, and that's it. And
It's
it was
the
like
edge,
a
right?
pain
It
in the
had-
butt to make
yeah.
that happen, to bypass all of our firewalls. And only servers in that rack are like external
That's the
UView
DMZ,
entity
right?
servers
Yeah,
that somehow
right.
have an agreement with us. Like, it's a weird kind of situation, but like making that direct line to the internet and not going through our campus firewalls was a nightmare to make that happen.
He had to have accomplices. I don't think he could do that on his own.
Right. So I like Owen's like theory of like it's a cellular based internet device plugged into his computer. That makes a lot of sense because it's something that he's dumb enough to do.
Yeah.
And you can do
Yeah.
and you can do them both at the same time, right? Like, so his computer would still show online, but when it internet on, especially on Windows
Hold on,
devices,
stop
it
right
will-
there, Owen. You are giving
don't
this
think
guy
so?
way too much. This is the guy who has the family and friends signal chat for war
Yeah,
plans.
Just
And
saying.
You do not think that he knows how to do dual tunnel? No way. No way.
And
No
it does,
how. with
Windows
dual
does it
NICs.
by default. If it can't go out the main one, it will try your other internet connection. So he has it hardwired at his work console, and then he's got Wi-Fi hooked up with his little Verizon or whatever SIM. It
Do you
will
think
try
his
the first
desktop
one.
actually has Wi-Fi? Unless it's, I guess a laptop could have
Well,
Wi-Fi.
he's probably smart enough to go get a USB Wi-Fi
He's not that
adapter.
smart. He's not that smart.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You are giving him more credit
maybe
than I
I'm
think
just
he
thinking
deserves.
like me. Like, I don't know.
So the point of this is
Get him out. God, this guy.
however he got it in there, the easiest way would be a hotspot from
Yep.
Verizon
Yeah.
or something.
Right.
He, at any given time,
This guy.
had this running in his office with apparently up to 3 different computers around his desk, a personal computer, another used for classified information, and a third for sensitive defense information
Yep.
that could have been within the range of that dirty line.
Just gonna say that dirty
This
line.
guy
If it's
had-
a Wi-Fi, it acts as a gateway into the LAN too, right? Like if it's got an
Compromised.
outside connection, it can come in through that public line and then go into the network past to the
There
LAN
is-
side.
There is no way, there is no world in which we live in that this computers were not compromised. Like, they were hacked. I guarantee it. I would bet all the money that
That's
I own.
why skiffs were. That's why skiffs were created, right? Like, because they have.
Well,
I don't
so
even wanna,
we've talked about, just real quick, this is
boggles the
adjacent.
mind.
We've talked about the whole Doge thing. Apparently the whole reason why Doge exists is it gives Russia a mainline access to all of our data. Right, that was one of the one of the things that's happened with Doge. I don't know if it's real or not, but it's a rumor that I heard. I'm like, that makes sense because he's so dumb.
That sounds. I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
I don't buy it either, but I think it's in the realm of possibilities after hearing what Hexeth is doing.
I gotta
guy.
move this. I gotta move this window. Oh yeah, Jaren's
Where's my
still alive.
tinfoil hat? I'm gonna put it on.
Sorry, there was a window over Jaren's corner of
So-
the page here, and I had to make sure he's still
Yeah.
alive.
I can't believe this boggles my mind that this guy still has a job. Secretary of Defense. This guy.
Didn't Trump double down and protect him, or is again?
Probably. I don't know.
I know after
I
the
didn't
second.
follow- I didn't follow. I haven't followed yet really any of the fallout from it because I haven't seen any. But I haven't looked for any either. I just know that this keeps happening with this guy, and somehow he's still in the private sector. This guy would have been gone after the first
Oh,
one.
for sure. You don't.
And then
risk-
if he has somehow managed to escape it the first time, he definitely would have been gone the second time.
and
No.
then now-
He's
and
running
then-
the country like a business. I don't believe it, Tony.
That's
And
my
now-
point.
And now the rogue internet, like the dirty internet line, that's a third infraction.
Yep.
Ugh.
Freaking wild. All right. Anyway, now that I
Whoa,
got
we
that
gotta-
off my chest,
We gotta pull up.
because I just remember seeing that thinking, no way.
There's-
And then I read about it. I was like, holy crap. All right. Let's talk about some very cool chip tech from TSMC,
We are currently at 3 nanometers.
which is
And-
quite small.
Very
Quite
small. Extremely small. And they have already debuted 2 nanometer processors that will debut. They're set to go into production later in 2025. So we'll probably see it 2026 products, maybe?
Yeah, probably. I would
Um,
think.
Maybe the next iPhone. Probably not, though.
No, not 2025 iPhone.
Yeah.
I doubt.
And they have debuted their 1.4 nanometer tech.
That's really small. How much is a human hair?
I think
Are
human
we-
hair is in the micrometers, not the nanometers.
Oh, okay. Much smaller.
0.017 to 0.18 millimeters.
Millimeters.
We're talking nanometers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's much smaller.
Much smaller.
So what's it say? 15% performance boost and a 30% reduction in power draw compared to 2 nanometer.
That is freaking awesome. This new process will enter production in 2028.
Neat.
If
There you
Taiwan
go.
is still around.
Yeah. They make too
Right.
much important stuff. They're not going anywhere.
The Silicon Shield. Let's hope it
Yep.
keeps up.
Exactly. All right. Owen, which one of your stories do you want to talk about?
I got 3. Oh, okay. We can do the fake humanity one is just a kind of a shorty.
Okay.
ChatGPT. You guys use ChatGPT a lot? Lando, maybe. Or you guys don't?
I
In
use
the last-
ChatGPT.
Do you use it a lot? Have you noticed a difference in the last week or so?
No,
Like
I mean
a
I
kind
don't.
of
I
an-
don't. I use at work. I use Copilot because I pay for it
Okay.
at work.
I pay for I have Copilot. I don't like it as much. I pay for ChatGPT, and it got super sycophantic the last week. Like, hey, that's a really good. You're right on the right track. Wow, you are brilliant. You're right. You found that mistake, and let's get that fixed right now. Boy, you sure are good at this.
If there's
Like-
one thing that IT people can't take, it's false.
It's
false
ju-
positive reinforcement.
Yes, just we call it the smoke, right?
Yeah.
Don't blow smoke up my. Anyway,
Excited.
so it got the last week and a half. I've been like, you're annoying me, and I just was like, I guess this is the new thing because I knew a new version would come out, but it was super like just affirming. It was super affirming, and it would be like I'd be like, hey, I need to do this, and I'd be like, you didn't do what I asked at all. Redo that response with this extra context, and it'd be like, you are right on the right track. You know what? You're right. I made that mistake. Let me get that fixed for you, and we will get this. We'll get this nailed out together, or we'll get this like.
Blech.
Yeah, it was just super weird. It was weird. It got awkward, and they've rolled it back. For most of the free version, they've rolled it back. They're still working on rolling it back for the production. So the free ChatGPT, those guys are all fine now, but the paid ones, the people that actually pay for it, are still getting the cheesemo there. So it was just super weird. It's like, yeah, we just thought we're working on additional fixes to the model and personality. So we'll let you know in the coming days. That's what Altman had to say. So
We'll let you know.
Well, you know.
yeah.
Let's see your other AI story too here.
Yeah, that's the groupthink one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Reddit, we'll start at the end and I'll move backwards. Reddit has filed a lawsuit against its company in Zurich, I want to say. Zurich?
University of Zurich.
Yeah. Has officially filed a lawsuit against these researchers that they went to that Change My Mind Reddit subreddit, and they wanted to do a blind experiment to see if they could actually use AI and bots to change and persuade the minds of the people on that subreddit. Now, people were
I don't like this.
That's
Yeah,
like free,
so-
free experimentation.
and the moderators of that subreddit were pretty ticked off, like kind of rightfully so, right? Like if
Yeah.
you go there as a place of trust, like if you're curious enough to be like, maybe I am wrong, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I don't want to be this, maybe I'm misinformed about these politics or whatever, you can go there and get opposing views, or you can say, this is what I think and this is what I believe. Change my mind. And it's a community where people, I mean, obviously there's always going to be trolls anywhere you go,
Right.
but honestly, you could go there and actually get different viewpoints of people. And it's a weird neutral ground even. But these researchers set loose about 30 bots or 25 bots or something, and gave them all different names, gave them a backstory, gave them a personality, trained them. And then those things went about to make over 1,700 posts trying to change people's minds. And it was based on upvotes versus downvotes. And they had some pretty crazy things that they were trying to get them to do. I want to find them because they're pretty bad. Here they are. It goes during the course of experiment. So they took numerous identities during the course of experiment, including a sexual assault survivor. That's kind of a touchy area to get into.
Yeah, don't like
a
that at all.
A trauma counselor specializing in abuse, and a black man opposed to Black Lives Matter. These are kind of some sketchy, like they're pretty controversial because they really wanted to start at zero, right? You can't imagine a black man opposed to Black Lives Matter, at least not in the majority. I'm not saying they don't exist, and if they are, whatever, to each their own, but they wanted to start with something that was very improbable and then use those bots and all of the posts they do to see if they could do that, and they did. They proved through likes and dislikes that they were gaining ground.
And this is the extra creepy part. In the draft of the paper, the researchers did this. It says, quote, in addition to the post's content, the LLMs were provided with personal attributes of the OP, the guy who started the post, who's asking the question, i.e. gender, age, ethnicity, location, and political orientation, as inferred from their posting history using another LLM.
So they create another LLM to stalk somebody.
To stalk someone so that they can
make a fingerprint,
the person's historical post, how they talk, what they like, and use it against the poster. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, people do that all the time. Don't get me wrong. It's bad when people do it too.
Yeah.
But to be able to weaponize a large language model to do that, that's wild.
Well, you take this and you apply it across broader spectrum. Sure, this is a great little experiment that you train these AI to do that. This is exactly what's happening on Twitter, on X, and other social media platforms.
Bots.
Right now. Like, it's already happening. They didn't need to, and that's one of the things that the moderators said. They said the moderators noted they violated multiple rules, including the policy disclosure when AI is used to make a comment. And they said, there's tons of other platforms that this is already being tested on and researched. This was unnecessary. And so, like I started with, it was kind of a place of trust, but like I wouldn't go there now and not think of the bots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you getting trolled?
Yeah.
Are you getting professionally trolled by
are you
a LLM?
being groomed, right?
Yeah,
like
groomed. That's the right word. Yeah.
Are you being manipulated over?
Well,
I'm just like, I can't trust the internet. I didn't have any left, but now it's gone into negative.
Somehow
Even
it's negative.
like somehow it's gotten a deficit now.
The thing too is, like, you think about human nature, and the more we hear the same opinion, the more we start to kind of agree with it.
I call that the rule of exposure, right?
Yeah,
Like,
rule of exposure, exactly.
Yeah.
And when you combine that with people, these fake people that share the same opinion that they're trying to convince you is the right opinion, and make these people appear as authority figures or authoritative people on whatever it is you're talking about, which adds another layer of, I should believe them. Maybe they're right.
There's real weight when you find multiple people agreeing with each other on something.
100%.
And when it's just fake,
Anybody
all
that's-
that's fake.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's crazy.
That's why there's already legal precedent with reviews, right? Consumers have protection against fake reviews because of the same thing. When I want to go buy a product, what's the number one thing you go look at first? Is like the reviews, right? Either you're going to go look at them on YouTube or you're going to go look through the things. And if you can't trust those, then you're being manipulated. And anyway, I feel like so they're pretty up in arms about it. Reddit has officially said they're looking into or preparing a legal response to this researcher because they broke all the rules.
Yep.
What do they call it? EOL.
There you
EULA.
go.
EULA.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we're...
Poopy.
This show sucked.
You know what?
I agree.
We'll end on one other article that is not a downer and actually kind of cool. And it's that scientists claim to have found a new color that nobody has ever seen before, unless they've had a certain laser eye surgery or something like that.
No,
Really?
they're
How does this
shooting
work?
lasers into your eye,
Yeah,
not
you
laser eye
can't-
surgery.
You
That's-
can't experience
that's
this.
worse.
So some moron was like, "Is that thing on?"
Anyway, they named the color Olo.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
It's described as highly saturated blue-green, but is only visible through direct retinal manipulation.
This is Homer's. This is
okay.
Homer's forbidden donut. This is the forbidden light. This is the forbidden laser.
Have these scientists never seen the movie Megamind? Because that's how he
Olo.
answers
I
the
know,
phone.
I know, I love
Hello.
Oh no!
They say, we predicted from the beginning that it would look like an unprecedented color signal, but we didn't know what the brain would do with it. It was
now I
jaw-dropping.
wanna see
It's
it.
incredibly saturated.
What?
But can we
Yeah.
not? They cannot duplicate this without looking into a laser.
Right,
I have
you
to
cannot.
see this now.
You can't.
To me,
You have
do
to
But I
laser.
look
want.
in a
But I
laser.
want it.
that is some sketchy.
So now I'm
science
looking.
work
Now
right
I'm like,
there.
where can I get that laser? Because I have to there's a color I don't know.
To
I
me,
know. I
that-
want to see it.
To
I
me, that's a
wanna
bunch of
see it.
scientists that are just like, okay, we're gonna shine this laser in your eye.
Dude,
Tell
dude,
us what you
dude.
see. It might
But
be
tell-
cool.
Go tell Carl. to
And they're
look
like,
in that.
Olo.
Go,
Oh no!
yeah, that's what they did. Go tell Carl to look in that laser, and then Olo flips the light on, flips the power on. I mean, does it cause? Is it the last color you see? Like, is that like this will be the last color you ever see, but it's also a new color? It's like
Not
death.
worth it.
It's kind of like
Not
death,
worth it.
right? Like you can't experience it until you,
Experience
funny.
it.
and then you can't tell anybody about it.
Why
'Cause
don't you
can-
try it and report back?
I can't. I want to. Maybe I'll have my kids do it.
So they've tried to. This is funny. There's no way to convey the color in an article or on a monitor, said Austin Rorda, the vision scientist on the team. The whole point is that this is not the color we see. It's just not. The color we see is a version of it, but it absolutely pales in comparison with the experience of Olo.
Olo, dude, that just looks like balls to me.
I want to
sorry.
go on a vacation to Olo.
Those are balls.
Yeah, I just
Balls.
sorry, I can't read
Balls.
that. I can't read that without the internet. My internet training being like TTP.
All right, that's it. This has been an episode.
Yes, it
been
has.
a-
Help Desk.
If you're still here, I appreciate you.
Proud of you. Proud of you for making it this far. You know what I'm also proud of and thankful for our Patreon backers. Patreon.com/helpdeskarcade. Lando, tell us about it.
Yeah, Patreon's awesome. The Patreon is the coolest thing in the entire world. Like, it's just a way for you to say thanks and for us to give you just a little bit back. It's a two-way deal. That's a pretty good deal, in my opinion, especially in today's economy, right? People are raising prices everywhere. Not us. Not us. To get most of our benefits,
We're inflation proof.
most of our benefits are just $1, just $1. That's you know what? For $1, I used to be able to go to Wendy's and buy a junior bacon cheeseburger. Not anymore. Those things are like
No.
$4 now.
I
They
love
are. Can you
Union
believe
Baker
that?
cheeseburgers.
Can you
Union
believe
Baker.
that?
Boy.
Oh, that used to be a meal. Junior bacon
So for-
cheeseburger and a crispy chicken.
For just $1, you get access to both shows early and
Yep.
together with special in between content, which is pretty great. You get your own super secret RSS feed to listen to that early. You get access to the super secret Discord channel, which is super secret and awesome.
I
what else do you
often
get?
post game keys in the super secret Discord channel.
You just did. Actually.
I did. I put 2 game keys in there tonight.
Yeah.
They're
Did you-
my humble bundle items that I already own.
I was going to
Nice.
say, did you forget to unsubscribe to the Humble Bundle last month? Because I did.
Well, because I have like 6 months of $8 humble bundles. So I feel like I have to keep it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But the games this month were not great
No, they
unless you don't own Tomb Raider Remastered 1 through 3, which I already
So,
did, unfortunately.
you know, I was thinking earlier tonight. There's actually 2 ways. There's 2 ways you can get Jaron to say whatever you want. 1, you can email us, or 2, you can pay for the $6 Patreon. I understand that's not a plug for the $6 Patreon, but
That's the
the
backwards
$6
plug.
Patreon is definitely more fun. So you should
Backwards
subscribe
plug?
and make Jaron say things that way.
All right, which Jaron has for us right now.
Boy, I
right?
tossed it. It's like a soft toss to Jaron, and Jaron like looks at the ball and goes,
The old
He's probably
Jaron
talking. He's
pause.
probably thinking about the backwards plug.
the backwards plug.
"The butt plug? What?"
That's what Tony just said. Backwards.
It's a
Backwards plug. I wasn't paying attention till he said that, and then it came flying back at me. Anyway,
All right.
go, Jaron.
Shout out to David Broshinsky. That's how you tee me up, Lando.
Shout
Out
I
to
thought
David
my
Broshinsky.
tee-up was great.
Interrupting Cow, Aaron Faulkner, Connor Keesaw, and life is like a box of chocolates. It doesn't last as long if you're fat.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Can
Not wrong.
confirm.
Triantula Hawk.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh, is this because Lando
That's a
said
good one.
triantula instead of tarantula?
instead of tarantula.
It's a three-headed. It's a three-headed wasp.
I think
Triantula.
next week, Triantula Hawk, change it to Junior Baker Cheeseburger.
Jason Eatman. Seeing Creed at the Olympics was epic. Oh,
Oh, it was. It was so good.
oh you, Twyman. You know what you're doing. Jaron.best. Beat the 8-year-old. Kyle.
Best.
I'm taking bets now. GTA 6 will come out before we get the Christmas cards.
I don't know about that.
Gary
When does it
Ga
come out?
Arimasu. Tony the Excel and Power Apps nerd. Pyman Graphics, purveyor of fine geeky stickers. Cursed Gengar 94. Keslo, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz. The in-between rating, D's nuts.
Hey, got him.
Got him.
Not sure. DP, I want to get stuck in Lang's beard. Wesley, Nintendo Switch, too much tariffs. Stuart Lloyd, don't judge a book by its movie.
Too much tariffs.
And finally, yes, Owen, we do care.
All right. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much.
Proud of you,
Patreon
Patreons.
backers. That's it. We're done with Help Desk anyway. On to the in-between if you're a Patreon backer. And if you're not, that's okay. Arcade's coming up later too.
In a couple
That's it.
days.
In a couple days, later. Lando, take us out.
Yeah, so if you don't like your company's firewall policies, you don't like the internet that they provide, that's no big deal. Just go get a hotspot. Be an end user.
Be a hex Seth.
A true end user.